Hi, this is Leslie from Just Less Creations. I want to welcome you back to our summer series called the Summer Fruits. We are going through the fruits of the season of summer, and we've already done the strawberry, we've done the watermelon, and now we're going to tackle the blueberry. That sweet little juicy yum. There's nothing like a blueberry scone for breakfast in the morning or blueberry muffins. I love blueberries. So today we're going to work on that blueberry and we're going to pull it all together. So simple, so easy. You guys can do this, and when we're all done, you'll be able to put together a nice, beautiful fruit salad of summer to impress your family and friends. So let's get started. First we're going to do is get our cake pop dough. All right, we normally do 2 or 3. So right now, because they're gonna be super simple and easy, I'm just going to do 3 to add to our collection this morning. So here is 1. I'm just using a regular cookie scoop. Here is number 2. Here's number 3. First thing we're going to do is we're just going to kind of knead that dough in our hand and squish it together. We want to make sure that all the air bubbles are out of our cake pop dough. We don't want to leave any little spots inside of our dough that has an air pocket. So when we put our lollipop stick in there, it doesn't have anything to cling to. So we want to make sure all of those air bubbles are out of there. So I'm just pushing and I'm just rolling in my natural direction that I would normally roll something, and you'll feel it when it comes together. And then once it comes together, you can release a little bit of pressure on your hands and then roll backwards. Rolling it backwards will make a nice firm round ball. All right, so we have a nice ball here. However, a blueberry isn't round. It's slightly oblong. So all I'm doing is I'm just rolling slightly in my hands and pressing down just a little bit. I want this oblong looking ball. All right, and at the top, I'm going to take my ball tool. This is your ball tool. I'm going to take it and I'm just going to put a little divot at the top. This is the spot where we'll put that textured skin at the top, where the flour had died off and it leaves that skin around the top. We'll leave that there. And on the bottom, we'll just put another little divot. That's where the stem is at, but we're going to put our lollipop stick in there, and that's what we're going to do. So we have our blue candy wafers that I melted. I actually used a 3-to-1 ratio of the 12 ounces of your royal blue modeling candy wafers. So it's 12 ounces of the royal blue candy wafers to 4 ounces of black candy wafers, and it makes this beautiful, nice navy blue color for our melting chocolates, and that's what we're going to use for our blueberries. So I gave it a good stir. Our lollipop sticks we've already dipped the first time. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please refer to the video that I'll put in the description below. It is why I dip my lollipop sticks before I dip them. The double dip method, so please refer to that and you'll find out why I do it. All right, so I'm going to take my lollipop sticks. I'm going to just dip the tip in my chocolate, tap it off a little bit, and where I put the little divot on the bottom, that's where I'm going to put my lollipop stick. I'm going to push it in and I'm going to spin it clockwise until I feel it connecting. You can feel it, it gets really firm, it tightens up a little bit as that chocolate is grabbing hold of the cake pop dough, the fats in the cake pop dough. And then I'm going to turn it a half a turn backwards. And then I'm going to just wipe the excess chocolate off the bottom. And we'll sit it over here to let it firm up. So we're going to let that sit aside and let that chocolate firm up on the inside of the cake pop dough. And in the meantime, we're going to make that textured skin that goes on the top of your blueberry. This is the part of the blueberry where the flour originally was, and then as the fruit began to form, the flour died, and so we have this textured skin around the top. That's what we're going to make. So we're going to start out with some modeling chocolate. Again, it's the same. It is the same 3-to-1 ratio that I used with the melting wafers, only this time I made modeling chocolate out of it. So I have this beautiful navy blue modeling chocolate. If you don't know how to make modeling chocolate, please see the video that's labeled the making of modeling chocolate to give you the directions and a video on how to do that. So I've got my modeling chocolate. It's a little tacky because my hands are warm. I'm going to use cornstarch on my fingers, and I'm just going to put it on the modeling chocolate to help it not be so tacky. And I want a rectangular piece for what I'm doing here. And I've got way too much chocolate, but that's okay. I'm just, forming that rectangular piece a little bit. Just roll it out. I'm going to put it through my KitchenAid that has a pasta maker, and this is really way too much, so we'll just take some of that off. Roll this back around here. Okay. All right, so that's really tacky. I'm just going to add a little bit more cornstarch to it, take some of that tackiness away. I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. Alright, so now I can work with it and not melt on my fingers. A couple years back, whenever I was doing cakes, I bought these just cute border molds, if you will, and I'm just going to use this side here to cut out that little design. Like so. And I don't want this side, I actually want the opposite side. So I'm going to take my roller, my handy dandy roller from my quilting days, and I'm just going to lay it right on the underside. I'm going to give about 1/8 of an inch on the bottom of that, the scallop part. I'm just going to cut right across the bottom. Like so. Oh, I stretched it. Like this. And so when we put it, let me cut this one off, right in the middle. So when we put it on our blueberry, I stretched it too much. Let's try that again. This time I won't stretch it. All right, I'm going to do it again. Take that scallop. You don't need the scallop part, although that would look cute for something else. What I want is the other end of it. Okay. I'm going to cut away this part. And we're going to cut away this part. That's our beginning and our end. Alright. It's stuck to my table. Let's just move all this stuff back. And we'll come back to that in just a minute. Okay. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and dip our, let's move that. We're going to dip our blueberry. We're going to give our chocolate a nice stir. We want to make sure that our chocolate is even temperature the whole way through. All right. So I'm going to put it in at a 45-degree angle. I'm going to spin it just until the chocolate connects to itself, and then I'm going to pull it back out and we'll let it drip off. So 45-degree angle, I'm going to spin it till the chocolate hits itself and pull it right back out. Now I'm going, as you can see, my fingers are clear up to where the cake pop dough is. I'm just going to shake it. I don't want to tap it on the side of the container. That excess jarring, let me move this out of the way for you guys. That excess jarring is not good if the chocolate hasn't already set up on the inside of your cake pop dough yet. And since we've only let it sit there just a few minutes, I don't want to jar it so that it falls off. But I'm just spinning it and shaking it, allowing gravity to do its job and pull that chocolate down. I'm turning it up just a little bit to bring it so it all pulls at the top until it drips off, but I don't want to hold it there because I don't want it to fall off. All right. I'm going to wipe that off. I'm going to take care of any extra air pockets in there. And I see I've got an excess pooling of chocolate where I put that divot. So all I'm doing is taking my little palette knife and just tapping that chocolate and forcing it out of that divot. I want that divot to be very pronounced. Just helping it come off. Okay. Let me get that air bubble that I just saw. Oops. All right, let's go ahead and do the other two. Let's pull down this beautiful little scallop piece. Now I want to roll it around. I'm going to cut it at the point portion like the other one. I'm going to use a little bit of water and glue that section together, just right on the ends. Right here and here. I'm going to use it as a little bit of glue. I don't think there's any water on that one. Alright, so I'm just going to pull it around, make a beautiful little circle out of here, maybe. Let's try it this way. Trying not to touch it because my hands are warm. I don't want it to melt in my hands. But I do want to create this little piece. Trying to round that so it's actually a round circle. And I used cornstarch because it's wet. I just used water. And it's sticking to my knife. So I want to stand it up kind of like a crown. And while it's still kind of wet, I'm just going to drop it right down on the top of my blueberry. Oh, it helps if you put it in the right place. And all I'm doing is maneuvering it to around to where that divot was. Okay, and let's do that again. Okay, so there we got our little blueberries going. They're sticking, so we can go ahead and pull them back down just a little bit. I didn't want them to stick in the wet chocolate. All right, so right in the center, I'm just going to add just a little bit of highlight to them. Just kind of give them a little bit of dimension. I'm also going to do that on the side. I'm just going to flick it, if you will. It'll give that little bit of shimmer that blueberries have. Oh, that went on the table. Okay. And the last thing we're going to do is add just a little piece of where this the flower would have connected to the branch before the fruit would have started. Just a little teeny tiny brown spot right in the middle. So I've got a little bit of brown modeling chocolate. All I'm going to do is drop just a little brown spot right in the center. And voila. Stuck to my fingers. And there we go. We have blueberries to add to our summer fruit collection. There you go. Super simple, super easy. I know you guys can do this. So this is number 3 in our summer fruit series. So I hope you enjoy it. Please go out, watch the video over and over until you have that confidence built up in your own abilities. I know you can do this, guys. I'm breaking it down step by step so you can create brand new products for your families and friends and your clients and just elevate your K-pop decorating skills. So until the next one, we will see you later. Have a great day and happy poppin'.